The Gun Shop Show, the gun, what is it? We don't know. The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. Here we go, it's the Gun Shop Show.
Welcome, this is the Gun Shop Show. I'm your host, Eli Bruton. I'm also the owner of Liberty Tree Guns, where we are coming to you from our sales floor. Alongside me in our homemade control room is Trevor.
Hello.
And then to my right is Logan.
Hey, everybody.
You ready, Logan? You ready to do this?
Let's do
The Gun Shop Show is something that's been in the works for a long time, and my original plan was to use this opening segment to explain what we expect the show to be and what you can expect when you are listening or watching the stream of our show. However, what an incredible time to be coming to you for the first time. Not just an incredible time to be in the gun business, but what an incredible time to be alive and experiencing something that is no doubt historical. And so you're gonna just have to get to know us over time as you listen to the show, which you no doubt will. But what you need to know is we are coming to you from the sales floor of the best gun shop in the world, Liberty Tree Guns in Carthage, Missouri, and our microphone from which you hear my voice and the voice of my companions is literally on the sales floor among the shelves and the inventory of our gun store. And so that is the backdrop, and you may hear sounds, and if you're watching the stream, you may see sights of an active gun store because we are open right now as we broadcast. So today we are going to showcase some unique guns from our inventory. We're also going to cover some headlines of some unprecedented things that are going on around the country and in the gun industry. We are going to unveil an exclusive firearm available to you only through Liberty Tree Guns. We're going to have some fun answering your questions that you've submitted, and we know that some of them are really interesting, and we're going to have a fun time responding to those. Also joining us will be State Representative Cody Smith, and he's going to bring us some news and insight as to Missouri state government's plans to potentially shut down businesses and how that could affect the availability of guns and ammo. We have seen shutdowns happen, forced shutdowns of gun stores all across the country, so we're going to talk about whether or not that's possible and cover those things with Cody. So we'll jump right into the headlines. The headlines are kind of crazy because we're seeing some unprecedented times, like I've mentioned, but from the USA Today, it's not just toilet paper. People line up to buy guns and ammo over coronavirus concerns. Quote from the marketing manager for ammo.com, "We know certain things impact ammo sales, mostly political events or economic instability when people feel that their rights may be infringed. But this is our first experience with a virus leading to such a boost in sales." So we here at Liberty Tree Guns have seen an unprecedented shortage of firearms and ammo, although we've been a little ahead of the curve in terms of keeping our inventory stock. But you see what, by my estimation, appears to be the greatest shortage, the most impactful run on guns and ammo that we've seen in modern times. The London Guardian, U.S. sales of guns and ammunition soar amid coronavirus. We've seen what people and conspiracy theorists might have speculated to be intentional delays in background checks. From my experience, I don't think that is what was happening. What we saw was just an overload of the system, which can happen. We've seen on other high demand days just a slowdown in how fast the NICS background check system gets processed. But Time Magazine, coronavirus fear fuel spike in sales of guns and ammunition. "It's been insane," said Jay Wallace, who owns Adventure Outdoors in Smyrna, Georgia, adding that his ammunition sales have been more than 5 times the usual volume. Trevor, can you get that article on screen? I would say 5 times the usual volume is something that we experienced here in the store. Logan, would you say, just dead guess, that that's probably how ammo sales were for us?
Absolutely. We easily sold 5 more times the amount of firearms and ammunition.
When you go to these articles, a lot of them are accompanied by photographs, and you see lines of customers from, lining up in front of the store and wrapping around the building. It's just been such a huge spike, and now we see most common kinds of ammunition are completely out of stock, meaning not just sold out in the stores, which that's not, uncommon in itself, but the fact that it can't be replenished. There's no more to be purchased in the supply chain.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're there for the collectibles.
No, it's something, people have had a hard time understanding it, but when you, for maybe the first time in a long time, are having to consider your survival, right? Even if you can't see the tie between an infectious disease and ammunition, which I can make that connection because we've seen people getting in physical fights over toilet paper,
right,
and bread. And so the idea that you need to make sure that you're physically protected with firearms and ammunition is not a, too big of a leap,
Right. Yeah, the degree of separation is not too far there.
Fox 17 out of Nashville, covering a store called Patriot Guns, said they normally had 100 firearms in stock, and now it's only 10. So I have some friends in the industry all across the country, connected and member of some private groups for gun dealers, and I saw more than one store that sold every gun in their inventory, and that's shops that aren't as big as us, but some small stores that literally sold 100% of the guns that they had in inventory and just shut the doors and went home because there's no more to be bought. Logan, how would you describe, and just to give the listener and the viewer some context, Logan handles not only our website orders, but sourcing orders that are placed in the store for ship to store. Logan's key to the the internal workings of the business, so he definitely has his finger on the pulse of how busy we are. How would you describe the level of business that we've had in the last 2 weeks?
Eli, as you said previously, we're selling about 5 to 6 times the volume that we normally do, especially when it comes to online orders. We're selling firearms and ammunition that we normally don't sell. Stuff that's hard to get or more expensive are going out of stock, and it's really unprecedented that we're seeing these kind of sales amidst this pandemic. Yeah,
I was fortunate in that I saw it start to slip, and I saw it start to go before, maybe a little bit early. In fact, my wife and I were in the hospital. My wife was in labor, and as I saw everything disappearing from the shelves, I ordered heavily for the store in terms of ammo, in terms of AR-15s, because from that time until now, we have seen pretty much all of the AR-15s under $1,000 have dried up. They can't be bought from wholesale, or the ones that do come in from manufacturers are limited shipments and they dry up almost instantaneously. Luckily, I was able to secure 2 store inventories. They were stores that had recently closed down that I was able to replenish our own store's inventory, and that is why we have been able to stock 5.56 and 9mm. But 2 Sundays ago, I posted an update from my house as I was thankfully I had just secured more ammunition for us, but as I was looking to see what availability was from wholesale, I posted an update for our Facebook viewers, and if Trevor, if you can pull up that video that I posted. This is why I keep saying that it's unprecedented. Kill that audio. This is a screenshot or a video of my computer screen from that time of every SKU of 9mm ammunition, from common stuff to cheap stuff to the expensive hollow points, specialty rounds, streak ammunition that glows in the dark when you shoot it, shot shells. Every single item in the caliber 9mm was sold out, and still is and remains so today. So when I got those special shipments of ammo and we got them checked in as quickly as we could, we brought them out and people were buying them as fast as we could. So we're coming up on a commercial break here, and we're going to come back and talk about this run, how many rounds of ammunition we have sold, which would probably blow your mind. And we're going to cover some more headlines, and we'll get into showcasing some guns and answering some of your questions. Stay with us, and we'll be right back. Hey guys, if you're seeing this, you are one of our live stream viewers. Right now we're during a radio commercial break, but I wanted to take a second to say if you would like to participate in
Leaving a voicemail?
That's the one. Thank you.
Yep.
That's why.
That's why I'm your guy, man.
If you would like to leave a voicemail, you need to call 208-918-1776, and we may just very well play it on the show.
That phone number screams freedom.
It does. Trevor picked that out, and I think it's the right fit for us.
It feels right. Leave us a voicemail.
Leave us a voicemail. Hey guys, if you're seeing this, you are a live stream viewer because we are during a radio commercial break, and this is space we would normally fill with advertisements. These webcams are not going to pay for themselves. Do you own a business such as a
plumbing business?
Plumbing? I knew you were going to say plumbing.
It's been on the top of mind lately.
Do you own a
X-Lax business? We're picking up on a theme here already.
Yeah. Many of your ideas are poop related.
They are, yes.
The point is, if you would like your ad to be here instead of this nonsense, send us an email at thegunshopshow@gmail.com. You might just be surprised how affordable we would make it. Literally, we'll do it for anything.
Gifts.
I would do it for a gift card.
And is that a card made of GIFs? Like animated GIFs?
I would do it for a GIF.
A GIF of yourself?
You just PM me a funny GIF, and I will put an ad for your company right here in the middle of the Gun Shop Show.
If you would like to propose to that special someone during our ad breaks.
If someone would propose to their significant other during the show,
there's no chance of a yes.
I would, free sponsorship to anybody who wants to propose during the show.
Oh, man.
In all seriousness, we need to put ads right here. So send us a message, thegunshopshow@gmail.com. All right, welcome back. This is the Gun Shop Show. I'm Eli Bruton. We're broadcasting from inside Liberty Tree Guns here in Carthage, Missouri. The Gun Shop Show is your inside look. Wait a minute, I know what that sound is. It's time to check the voicemail. Logan, are you excited to check the voicemail?
Yeah, sure. What's a voicemail?
You don't know what a voicemail is?
No.
So it's when someone calls you and you don't answer, it's what they leave you.
Well, a text. Ooh, no, Snapchat. It's like Snapchat.
No, it's... Trevor, Logan is too young. Can you explain what a voicemail is?
Yeah, I think he just graduated from diapers, actually.
Wait, time out. People still call people?
Okay, you're just going to have to follow along. Let me show you. I'll get my voicemail phone out. And it's under my desk here, so just give me a second. All right. Then I just need to access the voicemail box. Logan's clearly not that excited to check the voicemail because he doesn't know what it is. So I think we need to hype it a little. Trevor, could you give us a little hype for checking the voicemail?
Okay, here we go. We're checking the voicemail.
That was a little underwhelming.
Not hypey enough?
I'm not excited
Could
about
you
it.
do better?
All right, let me zen.
You know, sometimes I task you. I say, you can do better than that. This is one of those times. Can you...
I'm going to do it.
I'm going to need a little more hype. Oh. Oh, you plugging in the guitar? Let's try a little more hype. Put a little more hype on it for me, Trevor.
Let's see if this does it for you.
Are you ready to check the voicemail?
All right, that did it. Let's finish accessing the account here. All right. I think I'm in, ready to check the voicemail. Let's play the first one.
Hello, Eli. Wanted to ask, what's your advice to the first-time buyer and people who aren't familiar with carrying a firearm personally on or about their person? Thank you.
All right, thanks, Guy. That's a great question. I get this one a lot, and I think people go about it the wrong way. The advice they get a lot is go find the gun that's most comfortable in your hand. And that's a mistake. You know, they say find the one that you're most comfortable shooting. The truth is you are going to carry this gun way more than you're going to shoot it. So it's important that it's comfortable for you to carry. I always recommend carrying the most firepower that you can comfortably carry, because a great big powerful gun with lots of rounds that's in your center console of your vehicle or in your nightstand is not as good as a compact gun, which you might actually like to shoot less, but as long as you can be effective with it, that is the key. So I urge you to look at comfort, a good holster, a good way to carry it, over just whether or not you enjoy shooting it the most. All right, let's check the second one.
Yeah, this is Dan in Webb City. My question is, next time you go deer hunting, which is best to use, a 306 or a 30-30? That's my question.
All right, thanks, Dan. He's asking which is better for deer hunting, 30-06 or 30-30, and both are more than plenty effective to take down a deer, but they are dramatically different. And if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook Live, as our show is also broadcast as well as the radio, I'm going to show you a couple cartridges the best I can here. These are dramatically different calibers. Both will take a deer. Both have taken many deer. I would say, in all likelihood, 30-30's probably killed more deer hunting in the United States than any other caliber on Earth. But it's a fairly antique caliber. If you look here, you can kind of see, if you're watching on camera, it's a shorter round. It looks a little different than most modern rounds. It's got a longer neck. It's got a rimmed cartridge. And it's effective out to a couple hundred yards. You might be able to stretch it a little beyond that, but you're going to have quite a bit of drop from a 30-30. The velocity's not as high. 30-06 is truly a long-range caliber. It's been around a long time. It's a military caliber. Some of our snipers in the Vietnam era used Springfield bolt actions for sniper rifles. So if you want to shoot hundreds of yards, up to 1,000 yards, you could very well opt for the 30-06. Either one is more than effective in our area for taking deer. 30-30's kind of got that old school charm, going to be limited in its distance. 30-06 is going to be a long range caliber that also is going to be more than effective for taking a deer. All right. Hope that answers that for you. Let's move on to voicemail, the next one.
Hello, Eli. This is Terry calling from Joplin. I've always wondered what prompted you to get out of law enforcement and to open a gun shop. I think that would be interesting. Thank you.
All right, Terry. The answer to that is indeed interesting, and there's a little chapter in my history in between those two things, in between leaving law enforcement and opening a gun shop, and that is a drill-powered chicken plucker that I invented. And
What's that?
we don't have time for me to tell that whole story. It's as ridiculous as it sounds. So just know that I invented a drill-powered chicken plucker, and it changed the course of my life. And sometime on this show, I will tell the story. But we're running out of time, so we'll go to the next.
Hi, my name's Greg, and I'm from Carthage, Missouri. I just wondered, I was checking my bank account today, and somebody named Donald Trump left me $1,200 in my account. And what I want to know, am I better off buying one really nice AR-15 with this money, or just two average brand? Because I'm really excited. Thank you. Bye.
What a great way to spend your government stimulus check. What do you guys think?
What better to spend it on, for sure?
I'm all for it.
I think
Security.
there's probably some liberal politicians that would be flipping their lids if they heard what we just heard. So real quick before we head to the break, I will give you the answer that thankfully for you, you can buy two AR-15s for around that $1,200 budget. You might go over a little bit for the ones that I have in mind, but I'm going to show you more during the gun showcase, which comes up in the next segment. But Greg, to answer your question, I would get two, and I would urge you to consider one in 5.56 and one in 9mm. Some really good options, and 9mm ARs are just a lot of fun.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Eli. Two, you could use one in each hand, correct? That would be the sufficient number of ARs, one for each hand.
Theoretically, you could do that. From a practical standpoint, that's probably a whole separate discussion.
Mm-hmm.
And the good news is we can try it.
We have the power.
We have the power. We can try
should
it.
try it.
We can check out the logistics of that. So we are going to continue checking the voicemail. This is going to be a lot of fun. I have a feeling we're going to get into some really interesting ones, and we will continue right after the break on the Gun Shop Show. Hey guys, right now we are in the middle of a radio commercial break, and so we've got some time to fill, to kill, whatever you want to call it. This is space that we would normally sell to sponsors, so you could put a video for your business instead of looking at me during the radio break.
Mm-hmm.
But since you haven't, and we don't have any sponsors, you just have to, we're going to make up ads. You know what? I just thought we actually do have a sponsor.
The thing. Maybe that's why everything's been themed for me.
Maybe so. So we do have a sponsor. It'll make more sense in future shows, but we are sponsored by Anywhere Porta Potties. That's a real thing. I promise you that's a real
That was a genuine laugh, by the way.
That is a real thing. We are sponsored by the generosity of Anywhere Porta Potties.
They'll take you anywhere.
You can take anywhere. You didn't have the beep ready.
No, I didn't. Let's try it again.
Anywhere porta potties.
You can take a...
You were supposed to say they'll take you anywhere.
Oh, you said something about a beep. I thought you were going to say, you could take a beep anywhere.
That is what I was going to say.
Okay.
You do the beep.
Okay.
All right. So
All right.
I'll say, we're sponsored by Anywhere porta potties.
You could...
And you say, they'll take you anywhere.
They'll take you anywhere.
And then I'll say, you can take a...
Beep.
And then you
Okay,
do the
all right,
beep.
let's try
Okay,
it
ready?
again.
Right. We are sponsored by Anywhere porta potties.
They'll take you anywhere.
You can take a beep anywhere. That wasn't too bad.
No, that's a pretty good ad.
We weren't prepared with their phone number, but they really were generous, and we really are going to be using their donation to help further the show. They contributed. I don't want to spoil it, but it might be just one of the very things that they provide professionally
Yep.
for the show. But seriously, you can purchase this space for way cheaper than you think to sponsor the show for your business. So this could be a video showing what you do. It could be a commercial. I will come out and talk about your business and highlight it right here during these ad breaks.
Some of the currency that we're currently accepting is wampum, high fives. I believe you said you would accept toenail clippings,
Bitcoin,
Bitcoin, smiles,
memes.
paying it forward.
Now, seriously, this is a real serious thing. If somebody wants to provide lunch for the store one time, I will put ads right here for your company. All my favorite restaurants, you know who you are. You can buy an ad right here.
We all survive on rice cakes, so if you want to provide a lunch of rice cakes, kidding about the rice cakes, they're not not that great.
I wouldn't be surprised if you
Maybe
were
put
a rice
some-
cake man.
Well, I only with gravy on them.
Yeah.
I only do gravy on my rice cakes.
That defeats the purpose of eating a rice cake.
Whatever, man. It's at least halfway healthy.
All right. That doesn't make sense. All right. Remember, if you'd like to buy an ad and sponsor the Gun Shop Show, you just send us an email at thegunshopshow@gmail.com. All right, welcome back to the Gun Shop Show. If you just joined us, we have been checking our voicemail here at Liberty Tree Guns, which you can access by calling 208-918-1776. And customers have left us voicemails, and we're ready to check the next one. Can you roll the next one?
Hey, this is Randy over in Oronogo again, and I understand I've got my stimulus money will be on the way soon, and I was wondering if you could give me a recommendation on, a good AR assault rifle, somewhere in that price range, or somewhere around $1,000. My wife thinks she needs to get another tattoo, so something around $1,000 with like a 30-round clip or something. I just wonder if you could give me any recommendations on your best gun in that price range. Thank you.
Got a husband and wife spending situation, and let me see if I can come up with a good suggestion for that.
For the AR or for the tattoo?
I was going to say the AR. Did you?
Oh, I already crafted something for the tattoo.
Okay, let's. Can we put it on screen so I can see what kind of idea you had?
Yeah, I mean it's let's call it of Renaissance. It's humble.
Oh, that is a tramp stamp of my face. Is that an actual photo of Randy's wife?
I can neither confirm nor disconfirm that it is.
That's actually a photo of my back, if you were wondering.
Such elegant curves.
That's.
Logan.
I've been working out.
Well,
It's
at
true.
least the royalty-free stock photo of a back. We couldn't come up with one, so we just got Logan in there. Nice fingernails. Could we get that back on screen? If you're listening on the radio, you're going to want to go to Facebook, Facebook.com/LibertyTreeGuns, so you can see this. We'll also put it in the show notes. This is our suggestion for Randy's problem on what to spend the money on. I think we lost it there, Trevor.
Yeah, it went bye-bye.
Okay, well, that little nugget's going to have to just live on anyway. Randy, to answer your question, which will answer Greg's question from the last voicemail, which is what are some good ARs, we will show you in the gun showcase. We've got some good AR options that you can use to defend yourself in these strange times, and that you can use to spend your stimulus money on. All right, I think we're ready for the next voicemail.
This is Mr. Big calling from Carthage, Missouri. I'm wanting to know when Rob Hull is going to shave his beard and leave his mustache. I've been waiting on it for a while, but I think he's just too chicken.
All right, so Rob is one of the guys that works here at Liberty Tree Guns. And so we have a voicemail question pertaining to him. But I think we need to figure out something before we even get to the mustache question.
Yeah, I got something I can craft up with my right hand. But I just wanted to clear up. Was that Mr. who?
I think he said Mr. Big.
Mr. Big? I'm just going to draw this up real quick, guys. I mean, we'll just take a second here.
Well,
Wait,
so I think we need to establish whether or not Rob has a beard.
That's what I was about to say.
Does he have a beard?
I do not consider that a beard.
Let's
myself.
see. Can we find a photo of Rob, and we'll, is that what you were working on?
Yeah, that's what I was just, that was just what I was working on there.
Let's establish whether or not he actually had a beard to begin with, and then let's see what you might have worked up for him.
Okay.
So again, if you're listening on the radio, you're going to want to go to Liberty Tree Guns Facebook page and weigh in on this.
Now, I just want to be clear. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare. This is last second, so be gentle.
Oh my gosh. Which one of those is the actual Rob?
They both look good, but I'd have to say the guy on the right, dashing chin.
I think so too. So we're going to forget the debate about whether or not the thing on the left is a beard or not, and just...
Even though it's not a beard.
Logan's opinion is not a beard, but I just said we're going to forget that.
It's a wanna-beard.
Thank you. That's what I've been saying this whole time.
So if you're listening, it might be worth mentioning, if you can't see us, that myself, Eli, I am a man of significant facial hair.
Yes. Yeah, you're the beard that did. He's the little beard that tried.
Okay, so I want to know from you guys which one of the two Robs is your preference. So this is Rob Hull and his facial. Let's call it the Hull poll.
That sounds...
We'll post the whole poll on Facebook. You go weigh in on whether or not you think Liberty Tree Gun salesman Hull should have a mustache or a beard. Go vote now. We'll post it right now, and you can go see which one is your opinion.
Don't go back to a real beard.
All right.
Show them how to beard.
All right. See if you can. I'm going to have to move away from the mic so we can get the... It's actually not the longest it's been, but let's play. I think we only have time for one more bullet.
Hello, Eli. This is Vladimir. I'm calling from the Moscow, Russia. I was just calling concerning wondering if with current coronavirus scares, if you would be considering shaving the beard even to skin for health purposes, or if you'll be growing beard out long and strong, like here in Mother Russia. We're not scared of coronavirus. Also, are you selling lots of Kalashnikovs from your Liberty Trees gun stores? Thank you for taking call. USSR, God bless Mother Russia. Communisms.
Communisms.
Is that what was the last thing? Play that very last thing.
The communisms?
Is that what he said?
I think so. Here we go. Wait, hang on. I got to go back a little further.
USSR, God bless Russia, communisms.
That was plural communism, folks. That's more than one communism.
So much communism.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling, even from Russia. We appreciate the call. One question I don't understand. He asked if I'm going to cut my beard for health reasons.
Mm-hmm. To skin, no less.
Yeah, cut it to skin. See, I don't understand that because I firmly believe that it is my beard that keeps me healthy. I've read articles that beards are full of all sort of nefarious things, but you know why?
Why they're full of nefarious things?
They're keeping it out of your body. They're filtering it out.
Oh.
So I have no intentions to shave my beard to skin.
I would have figured for sure it'd at least help you build up some antibodies.
Right, yeah. It's good for the immune system.
Mm-hmm. Beard strong.
Your beard because you don't have a chin.
Oh no, there's photo evidence of a chin down there.
I haven't seen a chin.
Yikes.
Trevor, have you seen a chin?
Well, no, I haven't. Actually, I did see it parted one time, and it was pretty much just like a black hole. It was infinite.
Just a deep space hole. All right, guys. This has been Checking the Voicemail. All right, guys. I do have a couple of ARs in my hands that I had planned for the gun showcase. However, we're running out of time on the radio, so we're going to have to showcase firearms from the store on Facebook Live after we conclude the radio portion. I will also unveil the new exclusive firearm from Liberty Tree Guns, and we're going to be joined in the next segment by my good friend and state representative Cody Smith to talk about the impact that government forced shutdowns during the coronavirus epidemic and the impact that could have on your gun rights and our ability to sell to you. So coming up next, we'll have Cody Smith, and then when we conclude the radio portion, join us at facebook.com/LibertyTreeGuns, and we will continue the gun showcase. All right, we are in the middle of a radio commercial break, so this is a little gem for only you live stream viewers. I wanted to take a second to remind you about Liberty Tree Guns' Layaway program. Free layaway.
It's hot.
So the way it works is if you are either in our store or shopping on libertytreeguns.com and you see something you just have to have and you go
to the place to do it.
No. How would your reaction be
I don't know.
if you found something, Logan, that a gun you really like? So you see a gun and you go,
oh, see, I checked out right
like
before
a bad
that.
scream.
I was thinking like,
oh, yeah, that's a good one.
You guys can
That's
whistle.
a good one.
so like say you're scrolling by and you see this and you go, there you go, or hot dang,
you're hot.
but then you see the price tag and you go,
Yikes.
I don't get paid. I haven't got my Trump bucks yet.
And then the stimulus checks come in, though.
Right.
So you make it rain.
What you can do, though, is you can use our free layaway program, which can be done on libertytreeguns.com or in person. It's 90 days, free to use, meaning there's no fee, no interest. All you do is pay 10% down, and you have 90 days to pay for the remainder of the balance. And we can do that and ship it to you. You can do that and pick it up in store. So remember, Liberty Tree Guns, read more about it by clicking the layaway tab on libertytreeguns.com.
The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. What is it? We don't know. The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. Here we go, it's the Gun Shop Show.
All right, welcome back to the Gun Shop Show. I am Eli, and I'm joined by State Representative and good friend of mine, Cody Smith.
Eli, good to be with you. Thanks for having me.
Cody, you represent which district?
It's the 163rd district in the Missouri House of Representatives.
So right here in Southwest Missouri, and your opinion, just as a friend, obviously is valuable to me, but you're going to have your finger on the pulse of what the state government is doing in response to the coronavirus. And then what I really want to delve into is how that could affect folks' Second Amendment rights, how that could affect gun sales. And I want to tell you a little bit about what I'm seeing across the country, and you tell me whether or not you think we're at risk for that here in Southwest Missouri.
Sure thing, be happy to.
But real quick, you are the chairman of a pretty important committee. Can you touch on that real quick?
Sure, yeah. I'm the chairman of the House Budget Committee, and as such, play a role in the writing of the state budget. And so that's the primary focus of what I do in Jefferson City. And so you mentioned the kind of the response to the coronavirus pandemic in the state of Missouri. I'm very heavily involved in what that looks like on a day-to-day, as in that role as the chairman of the budget committee, because all of the relief effort flows out through the budget process. If it's a government agency or a state agency that's providing relief, whether it's Department of Social Services or SEMA, the Emergency Services Agency, those dollars have to be appropriated by the General Assembly, so that all kind of flows through my committee.
And so you would probably never say it because you're very humble, but your position, I know, and I'll say it, in the state legislature, not just because you have some control and some input on how money is spent, but really the budget sort of dictates plans all the way leading out to executive decisions, because how the money is appropriated is affected. So amongst the people who are privy to the knowledge of what the state government's doing, you would be right among that core group of people.
Yeah, that's fair to say. The one constitutional duty of the General Assembly each year is to pass a balanced budget. And so in my mind, that's our primary responsibility, and to have a central role in that is quite an honor. It's a great responsibility. It's also a tremendous opportunity to impact policy. As we shape appropriations, we shape the way that the state spends money and what we spend money on, how we prioritize that. So it is, like I said, it's a tremendous opportunity, and it's quite an honor to do so.
Well, let me just tell you some things I'm seeing. One is customers coming in the store that have never owned a gun before. And, every time there's a crisis and people come out for the first time, I hear people criticize, you're kind of Johnny-come-lately to wanting to defend yourself. But I always look at it as it's different for every person, what sort of wakes them up as to, the need, the importance of the inherent right to self-defense, and then their just immediate need to feel secure. And so I've sold guns to people who I might speculate were opposed to gun ownership until they've seen some specific examples of being in a grocery store and seeing, a violent encounter, maybe not deadly encounter, but a scuffle over something as simple as toilet paper. So they're coming in and they're wanting to make sure that they're prepared. And that trend, along with regular gun owners making sure that they have the things that they need in case things get really hairy, has led to extreme demand for us in our industry and has led to some shortages. But I've been talking to some gun dealer contacts and acquaintances of mine, and some of them, particularly in New York State, have been ordered to shut down by the governor of their state. And I talked to one earlier today that actually filed a lawsuit, that he should be able to stay open, that gun rights, not only should they be, since it's constitutional right, not only should they be protected, but it is essential that people be able to be prepared in this way. So my question to you would be, has there been any such restriction placed in the state of Missouri?
There has not, Eli. And let me first say that I think that what we're seeing now with this phenomenon of the coronavirus pandemic Certainly on the ground here in Carthage, Jasper County, Southwest Missouri, things are largely the same, other than people are staying home when they can, and they're trying to not be out in public and do what we can to control the spread of the virus. Certainly, the rule of law, security, things like that are unchanged. Things are relatively the same. For people to, if this awakens their sensibility or their understanding of why they should be able to protect themselves with their Second Amendment, utilize their Second Amendment rights, I think that's all the better. We'll take all the help we can get when it comes to Second Amendment advocacy, regardless of how you get there. So I'm pleased to see, and I'm encouraged by the fact that people are understanding that the Second Amendment is, and that's why, and this is their ability to exercise that Second Amendment. So going back to your question about whether or not we've seen anything at the state level in Missouri that would prohibit the sale or transfer of firearms or ammunition, the answer to that is no. And in fact, it is codified in state law that would be prohibited, that there can be no prohibition or restriction of the sale of firearms or ammunition in case of emergency.
Do you know the chapter and line of that?
Sure, I happen to have it. It's Chapter 44, Section 101 in Missouri statute.
And it reads, firearms and ammunition, state of emergency, no restrictions permitted. So that's the title of that statute. And it says the state, any political subdivision, or any person shall not prohibit or restrict the lawful possession, transfer, sale, transportation, storage, display, or use of firearms or ammunition during an emergency. So theoretically, if a governing body, whether it's a municipality or if the governor, which from what you've told me on and off air, I don't think the governor has any plans to restrict that, but even if he were to, that would be a violation of Missouri law.
It would be, and Governor Parson and the General Assembly are generally what I would consider to be strong on the Second Amendment, and so I don't think we're under any threat of either our governor or our General Assembly changing any laws related to the Second Amendment in this time of emergency, or for that matter, in a way that would move it towards further restriction. If not, I do think that the General Assembly has considered some measures this year and will continue to in the future that would relax some things around the Second Amendment. So if anything, we'll move more to a more friendly Second Amendment position rather than away from it.
So we only have a couple minutes left here, but would that be the Second Amendment Preservation Act?
It is, yeah, it would be. That's one of the ways I think that we can make Missouri an even more friendly Second Amendment state. There's some legislation in the General Assembly that's working its way through and has for the last couple of years. This year, one of the bills is sponsored by Representative Jared Taylor from Christian County, and it's one of the bills of which I am a co-sponsor, and it would basically prevent state agencies from enforcing federal gun laws. So if by chance the federal government came down and said, hey, you guys can't sell firearms and ammunition in the case of emergency, well, if we pass the Second Amendment Preservation Act, then state agencies wouldn't be able to enforce that federal mandate, and we would fall back on our law that's in the books already that says that cannot be prohibited in case of emergency. So in my mind, this is a clear illustration of why we should pass the Second Amendment Preservation Act, and this is a good example of that.
Yeah, I really empathize, because the reason I have this connection to these other dealers is because I'm a member of some groups where we network, and talk about the industry and trends in the industry and what we're doing that works and doesn't work in terms of firearm sales, and really empathize for people that are being mandated that they can't do business. And I understand that we all have to take precautions, and we're taking precautions here at Liberty Tree Guns, but I empathize with somebody who demand is high. They want and need to sell the inventory that they have on hand, but they can't. So there's already enough financial concern of how this is going to impact, folks economically. But, I know that you have spoken to the risk of overreach by the state in terms of shutting down and how that can affect the economy. So we don't want to ignore this virus, but we could really put people in a jam if the goes too far, restricting people's behavior. Cody, we're out of time. I want to thank you for joining us. Your insight has been extremely helpful.
happy to be here. Glad to come back anytime. We could talk for hours. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. This has been the Gun Shop Show. We ran short on time here on the radio, so we are going to do the gun showcase on Facebook Live. So we're going to conclude on the radio. We encourage you to join us at facebook.com/LibertyTreeGuns, where we will showcase the guns we talked about and unveil a new exclusive gun from Liberty Tree Guns. We'll see you back next week on News Talk KZRG.
The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. What is it? We don't know. The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. Here we go, it's the Gun Shop Show.
All right, guys, we have concluded the radio portion, so we are now streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for watching the first official radio episode of the Gun Shop Show. To make that clear, we will be on the air every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m., and most of the time we're probably going to continue live on the streams because we can't fit everything that we want to do in 1 hour. And just like this one, you know, we sort of ran over the amount of time that we had to dedicate to showcasing guns, which I know is a lot of what you guys wanted to see. So we'll appreciate any feedback you have for us on the show, what you'd like to see be a little bit different, you know, what you'd like to see more of or less of. And also we appreciate your sponsorship. So during the radio, there will be radio commercial breaks, and so obviously on the radio station will put their commercials in, but here on the live stream where we have quite a bit of viewership, we are seeking sponsors for the show. So if you have a business that would like to sponsor the Gun Shop Show, you can buy some ad space during those times, and we'll have fun with businesses that we also you know, personally do business with. So get your questions ready. This is going to be a little different than the radio portion in the fact that we're going to read your comments, be able to answer those quickly, and we're also going to showcase some of the stuff that we talked about. So if you're having any technical issues, please also let us know that, because we're still working out bugs. You know, we are shoestringing this thing as far as we're learning to do the technical part of this, the cameras, the audio. Trevor, I want to say thanks to Trevor. He's done an excellent job learning how to do all this stuff on the fly, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you. It's been a good time.
It's been fun, and we've had some hiccups, and we appreciate everyone sticking with us. So, Logan, just jump in when you see good comments that we need to answer. Randy, I'm not sure if you were able to see the whole thing. I see your comment there, but we had a really, really pretty good bit with your voicemail. So checking the voicemail is something we're going to probably do a lot. So, all right, what do we got slated for the live stream portion, guys?
Well, we had some guns we were going to show off. We had 2 ARs that we were going to show off that we talked about, and also that exclusive.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the exclusive firearm that we have that is going to be available only through Liberty Tree Guns, and a lot of value, a lot of fun. I have been taking it out and testing it and putting it through its paces and doing some product development with it, and I've had a bunch of fun shooting it, so I know that you guys will too. And those are going to be available for pre-order. Turnaround won't be very long on those, so maybe 14 to 20 days or so from the time you ordered to getting those in your hands. So, all right. Let's start. Which 2 of those did I have? I think I had the Ruger and the 9. If you could bring me, let's start with the Ruger.
We probably don't have time today to test the 1 in each hand scenario we discussed, right?
We need to make that happen. I mean, dual wielding.
Maybe we can transport there through some device.
You know what? I'm going to work on that. I'd like to be able to transport places so we can do things like that.
Virtually instantaneously?
Hey, Scott Hasty had a good point. In our promotion, Eat Pizza, Win Guns, did I not fire 2 guns at once?
You did. One was a handgun and one was an AR, I believe.
Oh, you're right. You're right. He asked if it was 2 ARs. But, okay, so while I'm showing off the Ruger, why don't you find Eat Pizza, Win Guns,
Okay.
and we will we'll show that. All right. Let's start with the Ruger. All right. I don't know why this tag says pre-order on the Ruger, but we'll work on that. All right. So we're going to need to let's go to camera 2, this one out front first, and then we'll give that a try. There you go. That's pretty good. Everything's in reverse, so I'm having a hard time, but okay, so folks have been asking, what is a good AR? Because, either they just want one, they've been making a point to get around to one, or they're going to spend their stimulus on it. It is hard to make an argument against the Ruger AR-556. So, Logan, what would you say? I mean, we know you're a Ruger fan. You even put Ruger, in your opinion, ahead of some of what people would consider the elite brands, right?
Yeah, Eli, that's correct.
You just, as a company, where do you stand on their quality?
Yeah, I like them as a company and as a firearm manufacturer. I think that they build quality products at an affordable price, and not only that, they stand behind all of their products, and that really appeals to me.
Well, one thing. In this is $6.99. We had a batch of them that sold really quick when all of the rush happened, but we've got at least 10 more of these. I don't know how many after that. They're all dried up in wholesale, so it might be a little while before we get more Rugers. We do have other options, which I'll get to in just a second. But in this is $6.99. We had a batch of them. We're coming back
that sold really
through on ourselves here.
The rush happened, but we've got
at
least 10 more of these.
Yeah, looking to find where that's coming from.
They're all dried up.
Okay. There is a little bit of a delay on that, so I'm not sure. Okay. We good here?
Sounds like it.
Logan, are you still seeing comments? Our stream still?
Our stream's still live, yes.
Okay. I'm getting the monitor out here is flashing on and off. But anyway, my point was, as what some might consider an entry-level AR, talking in the price $6.99 and down, a lot of times you're getting the receivers, although most of those are forged, you'll see big inconsistencies in like the finish. So the lower might be like a real matte, kind of almost chalky on some of your cheaper ARs, and then the upper might look a little bit different. But the nice thing about Ruger is you're always going to get a nice, consistent finish together. Ruger's got their own flip-up sights where a lot of them either don't come with one, or you have to buy mag pulls, or they come with mag pulls and the price is higher. So I really like the Ruger flip-up sights. I don't really have any complaints of them versus the mag pull. The Ruger's a really good option. But my suggestion to Greg, who left us, was also, and let's go to the overhead cam, was to get an AR in each caliber, one in 223 or 5.56 and one in 9mm, because aside from the current shortage of 9mm ammo, it's normally a super abundant round and really affordable to shoot, low recoil, and it's really fun in an AR platform, especially one that takes Glock mags. So I think we should have a 33 round stick mag and a drum. Logan, if you wouldn't mind to bring me that. Apologize for the breaks here. Sometimes, guys, I just have to go back and read your comments. All right, so this is ATI Mill Sports, got aluminum receiver, and it takes Glock mags. So your options are any of the 9mm models of Glocks that are double stacked. So you could put a Glock 26 mag, you could put a 19, Glock 17, or up to these 33 round stick mags, which we have in stock. We also have the drum mags. What's the capacity on the drums again?
I think it's 50 rounds.
Yeah, it's a 50 round drum. So, Greg, my suggestion with your stimulus money, buy one AR in 5.56 and buy one in 9mm. That's what I would do. These, let's see, what's the price on the Mill Sport? It's $6.99. So if you wanted to pick up a Ruger as well as an ATI, you'd be a little bit over your $1,200 budget, but not much. And keep in mind that we also take trades. So if you have something that you don't shoot or don't want anymore, we'll take that on trades to get your total out the door price down to that $1,200. Or you could buy one, put the second one on layaway, and that would give you up to 90 days, no interest, no fees to pay off the rest of it. All right, we got any good questions? Guys, get your questions in the comments, and we will answer those to the best of our ability. And keep in mind the store is open, so if there's anything you'd like, we're fairly well stocked on most calibers of ammunition. We were able to secure some when the supply was running low, and so we have plenty of 223 and 5.56. We have plenty of 40 and 45. We are running low on 9, but we do have some hollow points in stock, so come in and get those. So that drum mag is a heck of a lot of fun. It's super awkward to try to talk into a mic, look at the camera, and load a mag or do anything here with the guns. But let's showcase some other options of ARs that we have in stock. Let's go with our other 9mm option, the Just Right carbine. It's actually not an AR. I mean, it kind of looks in that vein, but before there were so many options in 9mm rifles, Just Right carbine was putting out this gun. Would you mind to go ahead and take away the Ruger, because I'm going to run out of time. Logan, I don't think you heard me, but would you mind to take that Ruger off the table just so we have enough room here? The Just Right carbine also takes, it does take Glock mags, right? I think they make these that take Beretta mags, but yep. So the Just Right carbine, it's also $6.99. It's going to have its own design. It looks like an AR mag release, but it's in a different spot. Got a similar, safety selector switch, but the system which it operates is different. It's not gas operated like an AR. It is direct blowback, so you have the charging handle on the side, which, you asked in the last stream if where I stood on ARs. I like a side charging handle. I'm an AK guy, so I like being able to just reach up, charge it right here. The Just Right carbines, they're really, pretty light, slim, come with a factory threaded barrel. So that's another good option for that $6.99 price point. All right, so Logan, what do we have sitting over there? I know we should have a Palmetto Anderson combo, pretty affordable.
Yeah, we have a couple we have one Palmetto and then one Core 15 Sports ARs.
Core is what I forgot. So switch me out, bring the Core over, and then bring the Palmetto over.
I'd be curious to know where some of our viewers are from.
Yeah, viewers, let me know. I will send out a hat, a free hat, to our furthest viewer that we can find in, say, the next 5 minutes. So tell me where you are, and don't lie. Don't just make up where you're coming from so you can get a free hat. But
we'll Facebook stalk you.
Yeah, we'll find out. Trevor, you might be able to just briefly run back and grab me a hat. They're on the shelf to the right of my office.
Okay, just any hat?
No, there's a blue one in the box, the Liberty Tree ones.
Your boy Blue? I'll be right back.
All right. All right, I'm checking some of the comments. Scott, we will carry the new, I assume, Scott Hasty, you are talking about the Ruger PC carbine, and yes, we will. It's the Charger. It's like a pistol version of the PC9 carbine. Landon, I'm not sure if we have a CZ Scorpion in stock. Do you know, Logan, offhand?
No, we don't have any currently in stock.
No, it's something that we normally stock. We are a CZ authorized dealer. Let's get a better camera angle. We're just kind of staring there at the overhead for a minute. The hat for the furthest viewer. Seneca, Mount Vernon, Columbus, Kansas, I assume. Next City, Missouri, Jasper, Missouri. Coming to you live. I've got a hat for our furthest viewer. I would say maybe Columbus is our furthest viewer so far. Miami. All right, let me count some questions in here. Oh, Levi, we do have some bulk 7.62 by 39. I also happen to have, I want to say, around 1,000 rounds personally sitting in my office that I would make you a really good deal on. So, Levi, if you reach out to me, I will sell you that out of my personal collection. Just that I have. So, okay, let's go over these last two options because they're really affordable. The Core 15 is, let's go ahead and get that overhead cam for just a second. This is another affordable option, and I imagine that after all the Rugers sell out, we'll have probably these cores will linger because I know I got a big pile of 20 or so of those in. They're $639. All supply, a very limited supply of $499 ARs. We've got a few mid-lengths and a few carbine lengths. This looks like a mid-length. They are an Anderson lower and a Palmetto State Armory upper. So those are only $499. So if you really want to get a lot of bang for your buck in terms of price, you can still get one of the 5 of these that I have in stock for $499. So those are good options, and we are ready to unveil the exclusive firearm. Logan, if you wouldn't mind to take these away.
Do we need some sort of introduction?
Do you have like a drum roll? Can you?
I don't know. Let me see. I think I can probably. I got my snare drum here.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
You let me know when you're ready, and I will. I got start a little too soon there. But
you get your snare drum out?
Yeah, snare drum's out.
Yeah, I knew that was your gangster name anyway.
Snare drum is my gangster.
No,
my gangster name.
Trevor, Little Drummer Boy.
Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah.
I like snare drum better.
No, I like Little Drummer Boy. That's what we're going with.
Little Drummer Boy.
All right. Okay. So this is a gun that I have been developing. I didn't make the gun from scratch. You'll see that, but I did make this configuration, this combination from scratch for our customers, and I'm very excited to unveil it. So I need my hype man Trevor to provide me some hype. Here we go. How long is it?
52 seconds.
All right, let's cut it. Boom. All right, here is what we have as our exclusive SKU. This is what we are calling the Ruger Security 9 LTO. This is an optics-mounted security, and the reason for this is many of the pistol-mounted optics options or the combos out there are pretty expensive.
Yeah, I would say the cheaper options are around $800 to $900 with the optic.
Yeah, so a lot of times, you know, you get a Trigicon or something like that, and you're spending $500 on just the pistol optic. So what I wanted to do is let folks get their feet wet in a pistol-mounted optic for an affordable price. So what we have here is a Ruger Security 9 mounted with the Firefield mini pistol optic. And I'm going to try doing this. You have to forgive me. I'm going to shift over here. Let's go to the overhead cam. And let's see if I can show you. I'm still getting used to this, guys. There we go. Let's see if I can get the actual dot to show up in the camera. So if you haven't ever fired a pistol with an optic on it, and I'm probably not going to pull this off because I don't even know if the camera's going to pick that up. What you essentially have is a dot on this field of view, the screen, and you just center that in the window, put it over what you want to hit, and squeeze the trigger. And, you know, I reviewed several options of pistols to come up with this combination. So I shot a lot of different variations, and of the price point pistols, you really, to me, the Ruger stands out. The trigger's pretty decent for a pistol in this price range, and I guess I should unveil the price as well. The price with the optic is $499. So you get the gun and the pistol optic, which carries a 3-year warranty, for $499, which is, again, about half the price of a lot of similar configurations, and it is a ton of fun to go out on the range and shoot. So you can get your pre-order now and be one of the first ones to get one of these pistol configurations. We'll fill them in the order that we receive them. We've got a pretty big batch of them prepared, so whenever you order, we'll go ahead and have these made, and we've got all the components, so just a matter of having the manufacturing side of that done, and we'll get that and fill those in the order that they're received. So were we able to put a link to that? Looks like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe, and test this premise for me, Logan. If you go to the front page of our website and you just put in LTO, will that get you where we need to be? We're calling that the Ruger Security 9 LTO.
Yep, just searching LTO, it'll pull up the product.
All right. So once we do the pre-order run, we should have these on the shelves, but we are going to fill the pre-orders first, and you know, this is something I just decided on the fly, but I am going to include one of our t-shirts and one of our decals for anybody that special orders on the first initial run. So we're going to leave the pre-orders open for we'll leave them open for a week. If we don't get enough to fill the first batch, we'll do it 2 weeks. And we will see if I can keep my mic and stand up. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments. What do you think about our shirt design? I really like it. Obviously, it's kind of up my alley. Trevor's talents brought this one to life, which I appreciate. I will give you your choice of shirt, whether it's this one or one of our traditional shirts.
Are we throwing in the American flag ones too? Is that a part of the deal?
Yes, I guess so. Those are a lot more expensive to make.
Yeah, okay.
But we don't have them priced any higher. So we can give you your option. In fact, if you want to show the American flag version, if you have it pulled up.
I don't Right away.
Well, we can get it. We can get it ready in a minute, but let's.
I can go grab one and we can throw it on the screen.
Oh, that'd be good. But let's play "Eat Pizza, Win Guns" for Scott's sake.
Okay.
They want to know shirt sizes. Oh, wait, here we go. So to Trevor's point, you can fire 2 guns at once. Not saying it's a great idea.
Guns? Of course you do. This is America, isn't it?
And everybody loves pizza. So we thought, why not eat pizza, win guns? Right now, whether you go to Cave Gang Pizza and Pub in Carthage or JJ's Woodfire Pizza in Webb City, anytime you order food, you get a chance to win a gun from Liberty Tree, the best gun shop in the world. To learn more, go to libertytreeguns.com/eatpizza.
All right, so
your beard is a little less glorious now by comparison.
I know. I forgot just how long it was. People ask me why I cut it. It was because my beard got in the pool.
And while you were cleaning it,
I was not in the pool. that was the moment I said, I need to make a change. At least I need to take a break.
Well, you look tidier now.
Yeah, it was. I looked down and it was swishing in the green water. I hadn't gotten the pool ready yet, and it was a little.
Who knows what else that thing dipped into that you didn't know about?
Yeah, I know. Okay, so we'll finish up on shirts, and then I'll answer a couple shirt-related questions. Bloop. Somebody commented, bloop. That's exactly how it worked. All right, here's the American flag version. Oh,
switch over here.
Yeah. Oh, yep. That's easier. Thank you. So we have an American flag version of the Liberty Tree Guns logo. We also have the Gadsden flag version, which I'm wearing currently. And so if you are on the initial order, the first 10 or so of these pistols that we sell, we'll include the free t-shirt and free decal. That will be available just here initially with the Ruger. Whoops. There we go. Here we go. Sorry, Trevor. That's my fault. The Ruger Security 9 LTO from Liberty Tree. If you are one of the first 10, we'll throw in that. Someone wants to know sizes. If Vanessa, my lovely wife, is still watching, she might be able to tell you what sizes we went up to. I think, I know there's a 2X. I don't know how much higher we go. I
don't think we went any higher than 2X.
Okay, so here's what we ran into. The 3X, 4X, 5X shirts get a lot more expensive, and it's difficult to know how many to order. So what we did is those should be available shipped to you, right?
Yeah, we can have those print to order.
So we do it a couple ways. One is we stock the store with all of the sizes that we think we can go through in a given amount of time, and then we also have a print and ship service that takes our designs. When you order, it prints it on a shirt, ships it to you. They're the same look, so you can go to libertytreeguns.com, and it's under the merch section, right?
All of our shirts are there, yes, that's correct.
Under Liberty Tree merch, you click and order, and we will print it, ship it to you. Do you know the sizes offhand that goes up to?
I don't think there is a limit, but I would have to check. I'm not exactly sure.
All right, if we get a chance, let me know, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, there's about a 5 to 10 day turnaround on those, but those are printed and can be shipped directly to the customer's home or to the store, whichever they prefer.
Yep, we can do that. You're going to want to come in earlier. So I want to remind folks of something real quick. If you tuned in earlier, you saw our interview with Cody. I want to remind everybody that it is unlawful for the government to restrict the sale of firearms and ammunition during a crisis, and for that reason, we have every intention of remaining open during these times. So we'll be open normal hours. If at all within my control, we will stay open. And we want to remind you that according to RSMO 44.101, it is unlawful for government to restrict you from purchasing a firearm or coming to the store, because it also includes the display of it. So obviously we want to be careful and mindful of what's going on right now, but you can come to the store legally, regardless of what sort of guidelines or restrictions any or local agency might put in place. All right, Logan, have you fetched any great questions for us?
No new questions yet.
All right. Do see one here. Do you carry British 303? Normally, yes. Could we be out? Very possibly. Just want to remind everybody, we are experiencing the worst ever shortage of guns and ammunition ever in history. And so...
not just us, the entire industry.
The entire world, yeah. I mean, the U.S. comprises most of, or comprises, I should say, most of the civilian market in firearms and ammunition. Most of the world's ammunition manufacturers are located here in the U.S., and everything is sold in wholesale, meaning there's just no more. It's either on the shelves, it's in people's houses and closets and gun safes, or it's gone. The wholesalers don't have any more. Manufacturers, some of them are open, some of them are closed. They're making more ammo, and they're sending it out. British 303 is not something I expect to be out of stock for a long time, but it could be. We may or may not have it. I'm sorry I don't have a way to go look in the store, but we'll try to post it in the comments after the fact. SIG MPX, I actually personally sold. I brought in a gun and put it on consignment, and I think it sold yesterday. So I don't know if we have any other MPX. Do you know offhand, Logan?
I don't think we have any other ones, at least in store.
Yeah, I want to remind everybody, normally that's something we would have. Normally we would have the CZ Scorpion Evo, being a CZ Direct authorized factory dealer. But there's been a major run. We've sold, the most guns ever in our history in the last 3 weeks. So we're doing our best to keep it stocked, but if you really wanted to get something, whatever you have is whatever we have is what we're going to be able to get for a while.
We do have some available on our website, and I've posted the links in the comments.
Of the MPX?
Of the MPX, yes.
Randy asked, he plans to visit the shop next week, just wondering if the staff is current on all vaccinations. Randy, I have not had an injection in my body in the last 15 years, so no.
Yeah, what's quote current mean?
I mean, I don't know, because there's no coronavirus vaccine, despite someone put out a yard sign saying that there was one, but that was a joke. Maybe not the best time joke, but
the last thing I had was the lockjaw one, where you step on metal or something and they give you the shot. What's that one called?
That is
someone in the comments will know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know. It's just like right on the tip of my tongue.
That's the last shot I had, and that's definitely not been in the last 10 years.
Tetanus.
Yeah, there you go. Tetanus.
Thoughts on HR 5717. I can't remember if that's the one, and I know that's some gun control stuff. I can't remember it. We'll cover it next week, okay? We'll find that out. We'll cover it. Tetanus, there we go. Thanks, Randy. All right, remember, you can sponsor the Gun Shop Show, and your sponsorship will be included during radio commercial breaks. So the show goes out both live stream on YouTube, Facebook, as well as on the airwaves on 102.9 FM KZRG. During those radio breaks here on the live stream, we have our space for our own commercials. So if you would like to send us a sponsorship, send an email to thegunshopshow@gmail.com, and we'll line you up as a sponsor. We get quite a few viewers, and these live streams live on forever. So they're going to go up on YouTube, they're going to be on Facebook, and they get a lot of residual viewership that's not live. Our YouTube channel's pretty healthy. We've got some YouTube videos with 500,000 views. Some of our Facebook page videos have 3 million views. So, of course, not every live stream is going to get that much juice, but we do get some viewership. So if you'd like to sponsor it for your business, if you know a good relatable type of business, or even a topic for the show as far as a guest or someone that you think would be great, send us an email to thegunshopshow@gmail.com.
Just so everybody knows, we do intend to be live on our stream sometime at the beginning of the 9 o'clock hour every Saturday. So be sure to tune in then, and also share the show with people so that we can grow our audience and have more fun together.
Exactly. Thanks, Trevor. And I'm getting ready to plug something that has to be done maybe today. It hasn't done yet, but we plan on having the audio from this stream be on several podcasting platforms. So it'll, in all likelihood, be on Google Podcasts, the Apple iStore. Is that even what's called? Apple?
I don't know what they're calling it anymore. It's still iTunes, right? No, Apple Music. I think they got rid of iTunes, right?
Maybe
Logan's an Apple fanboy.
Apple Podcasts? What's it called?
What's up, Q?
It's Apple Podcasts.
Okay, Apple Podcasts, Alexa, Google Podcasts, Stitcher. There's a couple others. So we plan on doing that so you can, if you're the kind of person that listens in your car and you can't get on the Facebook stream. I really like the live streaming because we can show stuff, on the screen.
Right.
But it's still good to listen to. So please recommend sharing this. Help us grow our reach. We're doing this all, in-house. So your help and your fanship and patronage makes a huge difference.
Casey Flynn was wanting to know your recommendation for the best home defense handgun in regards to affordability and effectiveness.
I got to go back to Ruger. There's some other good options. A lot of the really affordable handguns are kind of sold out right now, but the Ruger Security 9 is a great option. Whether you get the optic version or you get the non-optic version, which is under $300, that's a really good one. So you're looking at this pistol without the sight on it. It's a really good full-size pistol for home defense. Another brand that we've sold a lot of that has been truly reliable is Sky pistols. Now, they have a heavy trigger pull. They're not exactly what I would consider refined, but I have had very little quality or functionality issues with the hundreds and hundreds of those that we've sold. So those can be had, a lot of times for $250 or less. We've had some used ones as cheap as $169, and they've been very reliable. So, Taurus sort of inherits some bad reputation from times in the past. I can tell you, in the early 2000s and the 90s, I would have really, really questioned whether or not I would own a Taurus handgun. But things like the Taurus G2C, which has been the best-selling handgun, I should say, in the country for the last couple years running. We sold a whole pile of those, and they have been very reliable for our customers. So, Casey, to answer it, Ruger Security 9, Ruger EC9S, or Sky, or the Taurus G3 or G2C.
Another question here. Levi Snyder would like to know, Hunter Byers, you awake yet?
Yeah, Hunter Byers, are you awake yet? Yeah, someone wake him up.
Oh my God, he's always sleeping.
Classic Hunter.
If you guys don't know, Hunter Byers is my brother-in-law.
Oh.
Is that true, Logan?
I just made that up for the show.
Really?
He's my brother-in-law,
He
too.
really is my brother-in-law, yeah.
Okay. So do you have a connection to Levi Snyder then?
No.
Oh, well, Levi obviously knows Hunter. Levi's a friend of mine, so small world.
Very.
It's all used to Coxie people. I say that. I came from a villa, kind of same vein.
Scott Hastings was wanting to know what the capacity on the Security 9 is.
That is a 15 plus 1. So the Ruger Security 9, 15 plus 1 with the optic, with the warranty, $99, ready to go, out of the box. You're going to have to sight it in, but otherwise put the battery in it, turn it on, have some fun.
I'm going to be showing some of my novice here, but can you put one of those drum mags in one of those handguns?
No. You can't, not this particular one. This drum mag would fit in a Glock, so it would work in a Glock pistol. Glock 26, 19, or 17. Unfortunately, won't fit in the Ruger LTO. That'd be pretty cool if it did.
Heck yeah. Maybe that's next on the horizon.
Maybe so. Just so you know, guys, Trevor and I met on business connections unrelated to guns. I brought him in to my organization, and even though he's worked here and become more and more familiar with firearms, he hasn't traditionally been a gun guy. So when you hear him chime in, it's really coming from a position of he's learning as we go. And so when you hear his perspective, it's actually kind of funny because, you know, if you're thinking it, you're not the only viewer.
Probably not, and I'm not usually too embarrassed to ask.
Yeah, so that's good. That's something I wouldn't have thought to say. But somebody says, no one cares, Logan.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
No one cares that that's your brother-in-law.
You getting bullied by your family, Logan?
It happens every day.
Oh,
he
man.
comes to work to get away from that, and here you are finding him anyway.
I mean, we don't lay it on real thick here, but we do lay it on.
Yeah, we lay it on.
It's pretty thick.
Is it?
I mean, I go home and cry, but it's not a big
gravy
deal.
thick?
Okay. I feel the sense that this live stream is winding down, so this has been the first ever episode of the Gun Shop Show. It's been fun to make. I feel like we got our legs under us, and we're going to have even more fun going forward.
I think so. We do not have an official sign-off as of yet, Eli.
Are we still taking...
we can, if we want our currently 48 viewers on Facebook to help us sign off.
We are taking suggestions for how you would like me to sign off. I should go back and talk about the Eat Pizza Win Guns thing, though, because I had a point on that.
Okay.
So
Let's
on that
circle back.
commercial, that is not an active promotion. We made that commercial to air on television, and the cable company, we spent a lot of time and some money making that, and took it to the TV station, and they watched it and went, no. We can't put that on television.
It was too hot for TV?
Yeah, it's a little too edgy.
Too hot for TV.
However, Cave Gang Pizza and Pub, located in Carthage, Missouri, is still my restaurant and would still very much appreciate you consider ordering from them. Our dining room is closed, so we're relying solely on carry-out and delivery.
JJ's is not one of your current establishments.
No, but it is Fired Up Pizza, has new owners.
You do you still endorse that?
I can't. I don't know. I haven't been over there. I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
I those seem like good folks, but I don't know how the food tastes, so I won't put my reputation on the line. But consider checking them out. Let us know what you think.
We've got some coming in here. Bye.
Jason wants us to dual wielding pistols. Jason, just to clarify, would you like me to do office pops right here inside the store, or were you thinking like cut to a video of that? Or all right, get your suggestions in.
We got 50 people watching and 2 suggestions. We need more.
Yeah, we need at least 50
We
suggestions.
need a healthy pool here.
All right, so just to answer your question, Jason, episode number 2 will air next Saturday, which is April what?
What's today? The 4th. So it'll be the 11th.
April 11th.
I'm going to double check that, make sure my math is correct.
9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on the radio, and then just like we did today, we'll probably switch over and live stream once the radio portion concludes. So, sign off with the desk pop.
Office pops. He wants them office pops.
I can't do it. I can't do it, guys. I told the sheriff of the county and the police chief in the city, I'm going to be here and I'm going to be open because I believe it's essential and I believe that I'm legally entitled to, but I'll be on my best behavior. And I don't think office pops would fit into that mold.
I was imagining that you went to him and you're just like, look, I promise I will not fire any guns inside of my gun store.
Yeah. Yes, but I'm going to stay open. Water guns, that's actually a good suggestion. Maybe next time. Okay, so I'm going to do Levi's sign off.
Safety tip of the day.
That's
responsible.
Yeah, I'll do a safety tip of the day. Then I'll do the sign off that Levi suggested. So you need to get your clicking finger ready.
I'm ready. Is this it? Are we going to do one and done?
Unless we get another good one after I do the safety tip.
Okay.
All right, my safety tip of the day is consider replacing your carry ammo on a regular basis. We have a tendency to load up our good hollow points, our critical defense, our federal HSTs, our Liberty ammunition, self-defense ammo. We throw it in our gun, we carry it around, and we think, yeah, it wasn't that long since I went and shot, but really it's been 2 months, 4 months, 6 months. And what happens is every time you chamber one of those rounds, impacts the cartridge. Every time you move, you're breaking down the powder. The moisture from your body and the environment can undermine the reliability of your ammunition. So when you go to the range, shoot out your hollow points. Make sure those, 6 to 15 rounds that you've been carrying around are changed out. So put some fresh ones in, shoot your target ammo, and then make sure you're keeping those up to date. So that's my safety tip of the day. And I'm going to sign off Levi Snyder style.
All right, here we go, folks. Thank you for watching.
This has been the Gun Shop Show. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. on News Talk KZRG or right here on Facebook and YouTube. Well, I reckon I'll see you later. Bye.